Hey BG Beers, and welcome to Taste Testing. I am Rachel, your food critic for today. Canvas, the dish that we are going to evaluate, is located at an extravagant art festival cooked up by Road to Infinity Games. Now, I don't know about you, but at home, my husband and I consider ourselves foodies. Whether or not that's true, only our family and friends can tell. In connection with board games, however, as critics, we need to understand what art piece has been laid before us. Therefore, I will be disguising myself as an artist in order to embrace as much as I can with my copy of the premium Kickstarter edition. For me, it is a piece of cake because I have plenty of artists in my family, including my very own grandmother and stepmother. So I do know one or two things about this area of expertise. Fortunately for you, if you aren't very creative, it really won't be hard for you to take on the role of an artist at this festival. In regard to presentation or quality, it is hard to deny that Canvas is appealing to the eyes. Some people who aren't big fans of board games may be more inclined to give this game a taste because of how alluring it is. Canvas has the right balance of hues, shapes, textures, and tones, which are basically the bread and butter of this game. I mean, it's really hard to have an artistic game when that balance isn't there. Don't you agree? From the quality of the box, rulebook, canvas mat, scoring cards, transparent art cards, sleeved background cards, ribbon point tokens, and the inspirational tokens, which are used to buy the art cards, I can tell that the creators want us to truly have a memorable time as we play with others, or perhaps play the solo variant. It is true that you don't need the premium edition with the upgraded components or the cute little wooden easels to thoroughly enjoy this game. But I personally am nuts about them, since the theme is also very important to me when playing a game, especially if I believe that I am going to play it a lot. I don't mind paying a little extra money for the higher quality components that help accomplish this goal. Even the rulebook, which is the first thing that I generally glance at after looking at the components, is laid out and written very well. To be honest, between my husband and I, he is normally the one who reads those crazy long rulebooks and summarizes them to me. Yes, I do go back afterwards and skim the rules to make sure that he's not making them up, but there are a lot of rulebooks that are a headache to read. This game is not one of them. Within the 5 pages, everything is explained extremely well so that the players understand what they can do on their turn, how to complete a painting, and how to win best in show. Then, for the scoring rules that can change with each game, they are deliciously explained on the back of each card instead of the rulebook. I do want to mention, however, although I love the transparent art cards, when completing a painting, the title of the current masterpiece being scored doesn't always smoothly match up. There will be times when the title overlaps itself due to the cards that are being used. Also, even though I completely 100% understand the need for the sleeves for the background cards, it does take away from the crisp, transparent look of the finished piece. The second thing that I look at when digesting a board game is player interaction. If I had to put all of one's eggs in one basket, this part for me is the biggest thing I hope for in the games that reside on our shelves. We love community and we thrive around what happens at our dining room table. Therefore, we want games to enhance this experience instead of hindering it. It makes sense. Although there isn't as much verbal interaction as, let's say, party games, there is interaction with the other players' turns and discussion that happens after you complete each painting. Although the main objective is to collect the most ribbons using the scoring conditions on the scoring cards, with the icons and color swatches on the art cards. I personally tend to lean on the side who has the most beautiful paintings, of course. Well, regardless of which method you choose, the cards that the other players take during their turn will affect how your paintings turn out. And if you are the one, which I know you're out there, blocking other people, There are ways to collect all of the inspiration tokens which are being used to buy cards. So the other players can only take the free card on the very left side. In a nutshell, I think this 30-minute card drafting game is scrumptious and have had fun playing it every single time. This is a delightful and gorgeous abstract strategy and puzzle game that allows you to play it several times without feeling too repetitive. Even though you might be playing it with the same people every single time. As long as you shuffle it well and use different scoring cards, you will end up with different paintings. And for me, Canvas just melts in my mouth and leaves me wanting to play again. Well, that is all the time that I have for today's taste test. Be sure to hit the subscribe and like buttons below. Juice!
Thank you.